Hi everyone, welcome back to my presentation video. I hope all of you are doing well today. First of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Rahmahdhani and I am from 11 Science 2. In this video, I would like to explain one of the important topics in English grammar, which is passive voice. So let's get started. Have you ever heard sentence like English is spoken all over the world? Or the homework was finished yesterday. These are the examples of passive voice. Before we learn passive voice, let's have a look at active voice first. For example, the students clean the classroom. In this sentence, the focus is on the students that perform the action. If we change it into passive voice, it becomes the classroom is cleaned by the students. The focus changes from the students to the classroom. So passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action or the receiver of the action rather than the doer. Now let's learn the formula of passive voice. The basic formula of passive voice is subject plus to be plus verb 3. One important thing to remember is that passive voice always uses verb 3. For example, make became made, write become written, and clean becomes cleaned. Now let's discuss about the characteristic of passive voice. The first characteristic of passive voice is that it always contains a form of to be, such as am, is, or were. The second characteristic of passive voice is that it always uses verb 3. The third characteristic of passive voice is that the subject receives the action. And the fourth characteristic of passive voice is that the doer of the action is sometimes unimportant or unknown. Next, let's discuss when passive voice is used. Passive voice is commonly used when the doer is unknown. For example, my bicycle was stolen. We do not know who stole the bicycle. Another use of passive voice is in formal writing, such as scientific reports, news articles, and official announcement. Next is question in passive voice. For example, was the letter sent yesterday? Was the letter sent yesterday? Next is negative sentence in passive voice. For example, the task was not finished. The task was not finished. Now let's talk about common mistakes in passive voice. Many students forgot to use verb 3 in passive voice. For example, like the cake was eat. The right sentence is the cake was eaten. The cake was eaten. Another common mistake is forgetting to use to be. For example, the homework finished. The right sentence is the homework was finished. The homework was finished. Before ending this presentation, I would like to give you a simple tip. Whenever you see a sentence with a form of to be plus verb 3, there is a high possibility that it is a sentence of passive voice. So you have to always remember the basic formula of passive voice is subject plus to be plus verb 3. Okay everyone, to conclude, passive voice is used when we want to focus on the action or the receiver of the action, and it always contains a form of to be plus verb 3. And a passive voice is commonly used when the doer is unknown or unimportant. Also, it commonly used in formally writing. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you so much for your attention, and I see you next time. Bye bye, guys.
I just had to let you know you're